What's up guys, TKC here with a very tiny Kaijudo news video really quickly. Not too much to talk about, so I'm going to try to make this as little as possible because I have to go to sleep really soon. Anyway, so we actually have a new preview card courtesy of the official Kaijudo website, and this card is super awesome and was definitely unexpected. And this card is Orion Radiant Fury. Oh my goodness, Light gets its very first dragon. And this early on in the game, holy moly. So this card is a level 9, 10,500 power Celestial Dragon. It has Double Breaker, Laser Lances, which is its first effect, which is when this creature enters the battle zone, tap up to 3 target enemy creatures. So this is, you know, almost like a Storm Spark blasting a creature. It's kind of like Earth the Overlord, but a lot better because it has a lot more power and it could do lots more because it also has this effect as well called Three-Headed. Now when this creature is banished, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put any number of non-evolution like creatures from among them into the battle zone. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You know, Terror Pit, Razorkinder, Death Smoke, all that cool stuff, you know. Sure, you can get rid of this card, but you get the bonus of actually looking to the top 3 cards of your deck and summoning more creatures to the battle zone. You know, I think this has quite some potential in a light nature deck that focuses more on the light side than the nature side, because nature you could stick in like Lepidus the Ancient, which we've seen before, and you know, you could follow the Lepidus with this card and then go ahead and kill one of those tap creatures and send a shield to their mana. And like with the nature, you could like throw in cards like Reap and Sow, maybe even the Great Arena, Razor High, you know, things like that. Like kind of splash nature in the deck and focus more on light cards like Storm Patrols, for example, because they're more of an aggressive race for the light civilization, because you have Shock and Awe, you have big blockers like Grandgird, Keeper of Twilight, Keeper of Clouds, you got Keeper of Dawn for versatility to get back some spells, but you probably wouldn't want to run too many spells in this kind of deck because you want to be able to somewhat be able to use Orion's effect, where you could flip the top 3 and then summon light creatures on the board. I mean, overall, I think this card has tons of potential. I mean, it's a level 9 with a lot of power and 3 really awesome effects, if I do say so myself. Of course, this is just asking to get bounced to the hand or to the top of the deck with Milporo, Rusalka, Veil Vortex, etc. But, you know, those are very situational cards, and you could say the same thing about pretty much any creature at this level, except Terror Pit and Razorkinder works also on those creatures, whereas if you use that on this creature, you actually get some sort of awesome side effect. So overall, I think this card is amazing, and I'm actually really excited to play this card in some sort of late nature build. And I'm also very surprised that the light slot isn't filled by an evolution card. That's very interesting as well. So this kind of proves the theory that, you know, all the evolutions across the civilizations are not going to be all the same rarity. It's going to probably be 3, maybe even 2. I'm not really sure what's going to be happening, but if I had to guess, there's going to be 15 evolutions in the set, and then each civilization is going to have like different rarities attributed to the evolutions. So with Fire, we already know that there is a Super, a Very, and a Rare, I think. And for example, let's take Darkness. They have an Uncommon, a Super, and we don't know what else. If I had to guess, I think that it would pretty much be 3 or 4 evolutions per rarity. So we already know that there's 4 for super rare. There's going to be another 4 for very rare, because we already know that Lepidus is not an evolution. And then rare, who knows, maybe 5 or 4 or 3. I mean, if I had to guess, it'd probably be 4 on each one, except maybe uncommon, where those would be just 3. But it could potentially be 4, and then one civilization has more evolutions, like also the Fire card, the Fire Evolution card that was first previewed. It's kind of cut off. You don't know what it is. Apparently it's like some armor dragon from the old game, but it's never been revealed yet. That could potentially be the 16th Evo, and then Fire just has an extra Evo than the other civilizations. In addition to that, there's also the Kaijudo League promos, where there's going to be more evolutions for the civilizations, one for Darkness and one for Light, meaning that this kind of imbalance in the set, where Fire has 4 and the others have 3, is actually not that unfair. Now there are some other stuff posted on the site, mainly about Halloween, because as you know, today is Halloween, trick or treat, smell my feet, and I don't know, did you guys enjoy Halloween today? I don't know, I'm not sure about my audience, but if anyone went to trick or treat or whatever, post in the comments what you went as, or like basically what you did for Halloween if you didn't go trick or treating, you know, just went to a party dressed up, or just dressed up at work or anything, just put it in the comments. Lastly, there's also a new article in the strategy article section, and this one is talking about the control deck. Now, a lot of people have been commenting, asking about what's the difference between rush, aggro, control, or whatever. What's the difference, or what makes a rush deck, what makes a control deck, and all this? Well, Kaijudo actually has quite a lot of articles talking about all the different decks, so you should go to the strategy articles section, which I'll link in the description, and you can actually see a couple of decks there that I'm pretty much talking about. They name the rush deck as the aggressive deck. They name the aggro deck as ramp deck, except aggro doesn't have to be ramp, but that's a thing anyway. Maybe they're going to be talking about a, you know, not rush deck, not control deck, aggro deck at some point, but I don't know. And today they posted the control deck strategy article, which is a pretty good read. It's pretty much a very basic idea of what you want to do with control, except I think they go a little bit over the top with blockers. I don't think you need 15 blockers in your control deck, but you could try it. I mean, if you were to run that many blockers, you'd probably rather be in Light Civilization and using Rally the Reserves or some sort of deck like that. But anyways, you pretty much get the idea of what control's supposed to be doing in that article, and you get ideas of what the other decks are doing in those articles. Now, if you don't think those are enough, I could provide my own input and make my own videos describing the different kinds of decks you could make in Kaijudo. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I know a lot of people have been asking, so let me know in the comments if you'd really like a video, or maybe multiple videos, talking about all these archetypes. And I'll be sure to do that if you guys want. So that's pretty much it for today. I hope you had a great Halloween, everybody. And I am going to have to go sleep now. It's really late. Alright, guys. This is TKC signing off. See you later, guys.